Apologize, or we were on our way back to our hotel, and I led us in the wrong direction, so I didn't quite. We're not quite back yet, and we've got a little bit to go. So I'll just have to do this without showing my face in the car here.
All good.
You got about an hour, have you, Stephen, before you go to the hotel? Is that after the airport? Is that right?
Well, I typed in my hotel name, and unfortunately didn't check to see which part of the city the hotel was in, and so it took us to a different one of the same of the same kind. So anyway.
So how's Dubai?
Oh, Dubai's great. Yeah, this is my first time here. Love it. Beautiful city. Really, really cool place to be. You know, I mean, have you guys been here before?
I've never been, but it's like on my list because I see all my other crypto friends going there, and from what I hear, it's turning into the mecca for blockchain.
You know, it really is. There's a massive kind of gathering that's happening right now, and it's been neat to just see everything from the growth of the city to, you know, it's just there's a buzz, you know, here, which is really cool.
Okay, did we want to start, guys?
Yeah, I'd say go ahead.
Yeah, I think we're still waiting on Ron. I mean, we could just start anyways. I've got so maybe we could just have Stephen. Do you think you could do an update on what happened in Dubai? And then I've got like a few questions, some on behalf of the people in my Facebook group that I created for Connect that weren't able to make it. And then yeah, well, I guess we could just open it up for other questions.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so the whole purpose, one of the main purposes of us coming out to Dubai was to establish roots here. We're looking at office space right now. We're looking at a residence as well, and just really trying to, you know, put our foot in the door in this great market. But I think more than even just putting our foot in the door, we want to establish a place, kind of a place where we can showcase what we're doing. And one of the offices that we're looking at, it's a 20,000. We're actually looking at a couple of different ones, but one's a 20,000 square foot building kind of space. The other one's a warehouse, and I think we're leaning towards one rather than the other. But anyway, the point is we're building out an experiential kind of learning center where people can come and learn about the different blockchains. They can see how they are how they integrate with home life, and, you know, all sorts of different things, how they're used, what that all looks like. And so that's really what we're taking a look at right now. Has some really good options. And it's a place where we want people to be able to come and use it, you know, and show people and just, you know, great talking points. And at the end of the day, if it's successful and it's used well, and you know, we can see the kind of the benefit of it. I think our goal is to have a similar type of location in each of the different continents. So this will be our test run.
You guys are still using the warehouse in Utah?
So no, so not for that purpose. I mean, we've got offices and different things in Utah. We're really trying to be more decentralized in that manner. But what we're really doing, and Utah won't probably be the place where we would ever have a hub necessarily of that sort. This is really more for, you know, people to, like I said, to come to experience. I mean, it's going to be high tech, but also really immersive. And so we're kind of excited about it. I don't know if anyone here went to Galaverse or not, but it'll kind of have a similar type of look and feel to what we did there with Galaverse.
Gotcha. So a couple more people still coming into the Zoom call. Hang on, I'm letting a couple people in.
What's that? Oh, I'm getting ready to go on a Zoom call, Jeff. So yeah, but we'll call back later. I'm going to be out.
Oh, sorry about that. Hey, Stephen, is there a place where we could get updates on, like, when you guys do events? Because I saw you guys did an event in Vegas recently. Are there any more events like that coming up, or is there like a place?
Thank you. Yeah, so we're actually planning a couple different things right now. One of the things that's in the works is going to be a virtual event, which is going to be, I think, really great for a lot of people. But we also like to press the flesh and be in person. And we're planning on an event here in Dubai. I think probably beginning to middle of May. We don't have all the details locked down just yet, but that's probably going to be the next big one that we're going to be doing outside of maybe an online version. But yes, those events will actually we'll get the word out on those. The one that we did in Vegas last month, I think it was, um, that was put on by some of some of our connectors. They kind of headed up and invited us out, and they ran the whole thing really. We just kind of came out and we're helping them for lack of a better description, but that wasn't really an event that we set up or ran. So, but yeah, we will get that information out and put it on the Connect website as well.
Okay, good. And letting a couple more people in. Okay, is it cool if I go into some questions?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't know what exactly. Sorry, I was told to come on and then you guys would have some questions. But I am happy. I'm happy to do whatever we need. I'm not sure who's here on the call. I can't really see it, like I said. But if there's anything else you'd like me to kind of preface or do, I'm happy to.
Okay. Yeah, I think most of the people on here, there are people from our Facebook group that are already joined in Connect and already saw the last video we did. So I don't think we need to go into like a whole explanation of all the projects. But I did have a couple questions on behalf of some other people in the group, and
sure.
I'm just going to go into those. So one of the questions was, are any of the blockchain projects that are listed on the Connect website planning to build on the competitors of Ethereum, such as Solana or Dero, AVAX, BSC, or anything like that? Or are you guys taking
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we've had a lot of conversation around this, and I think this is going to be something that will continue to be talked about until we, either make a decision one way or the other. Right now, obviously, it's on Ethereum. Their ERC20 tokens, and there are absolutely benefits that we see for many different projects, and potentially building it off on others, or at the end of the day, potentially just building out our own blockchains, and that's not off the table either. So right now we don't have any solid plans to move just yet, but we are constantly looking at other options. And of course, other people are bringing options to the table that are arising as this is a growing and shifting and changing market, and new options come up every day. So yeah, it's not something that we're opposed to. It's just not something that we are ready to make a move on yet.
Okay. Yeah, there was recently an issue with MetaMask, and people's MetaMask in a place like Venezuela were actually getting frozen, like they weren't able to access MetaMask due to US sanctions. So there's been some like regulatory compliance issues with some of the apps that are built on Ethereum, like MetaMask is I think the number one wallet. It's just why I bring stuff like that up.
And that's a great point. That's a great point. I think as we continue to evolve, what's going to really be best for everybody is to use our own tech. That's really what we're trying to do, is build the tech that can last, that can stand, that is supported by a network of nodes that's decentralized and can't that doesn't have access or can't be shut down. And that's another one of the problems with a lot of the major exchanges. I know a lot of people love the whole idea of, man, as soon as we can get on Binance or Coinbase or whatever, but not that that's not something that we want to do, because I think that's part of the roadmap. But I think we're going to see a major shift in the coming years of people that really understand and know blockchain moving away from some of the larger exchanges as more volume and more stability comes to some of the more decentralized exchanges anyway. So anyway, I think things are moving that direction.
Absolutely. Okay, another question was, where can we get more info about like the development teams of each individual project that's listed on the Connect site?
Yeah, so the development teams right now, we're in a massive growth phase and build out phase. As a matter of fact, we are building a blockchain around the development process, the blockchain development process, which is going to allow developers from all over the world to be able to contribute and be rewarded for that contribution. you could almost say we're building almost like a GitHub of on the blockchain where people though can get rewarded, and although it's open source and all those kind of things, the more your code is used and the more it's useful to the blockchains, the more you'll be rewarded. So that's kind of in its infant phases right now and stages. We're really excited about where we're going with it, though. We've actually brought on one of the leading software development leaders in the U.S. To help us build this out, and the last few months have been pretty tremendous about who we've brought on. So it's been pretty awesome to see. But yeah, there will absolutely be more information as soon as we kind of get that more organized.
Okay. Now, are you allowed to disclose that leading software developer, or are you on an NDA?
No, I mean I can tell you the company. It was called Solution Stream, was the name of the company, and they had 1,200 developers. And they did primarily projects and different development projects. So these guys know how to build really strong and powerful teams, and we know how to do the blockchain side. So we're really just kind of joining forces to make it happen on the blockchain.
All right. Other question was, of all the different projects on Connect, green, switch, blue, etc., which one is there one that's making significantly more progress than the others?
Great question. It's a little bit hard to answer that question just in terms of, because there's different aspects of each of the different projects. I think probably right now, outside of green, because green is kind of up and running and going right now, and I hate to say that there's a favorite among any of them really, but I think green is probably number one. I think number two in terms of favorites, if you were to ask everyone, even those that are involved in the different projects, they may tell you that switch is another favorite just because of its, it's connected to all of them, and it's going to bring a lot more, I think, legitimacy and usability to the table amongst all of the projects. So yeah, I mean, I think switch is really close. Blue is going to be probably a short after. And then we'll see kind of where the cookies fall there, but yeah, we're that's probably what I would say.
Okay, and then I had a question about Switch. I noticed on the Switch website it mentioned being able to convert Bitcoin, Ethereum, basic attention token, and green onto the debit card.
That's correct.
Is it going to be like later down the line? I mean, are we going to be able to convert all the other ones onto the debit card as well? Or okay,
yes, that is the plan. And so right now, those are the ones that they're launching with, and the groups that they've been working with to make that all happen have basically said we will start off accepting those because we're using currently a third party exchange to kind of plan that all out and work with us in that process. And so anyway, that's underway. Green. Yeah, you saw there, green, Gala, BAT, Ethereum, and Bitcoin are going to be the first.
All right. Okay, I had a question, and this is on behalf of one of the members in the group. He says, and I'm quoting him here. He says, "I have been with Green since 2018 when they first started. I bought a Green mining rig." And I think he's talking about the hardware unit. But then Green moved those to the nodes a year ago, and now I have 5 of them. And I don't see all my green rewards in my wallet or vault. He says I should have around 5.5 million green coins, but I only have 350K showing. And he says he's been trying to email support, but no response. Well, what should he do?
Yeah, no, great question. And so there's a couple things. There's been a lot of information that's been sent out to people, and I don't know this individual's obviously specific situation or what happened there. But when things shifted from the hardware to the software, we also went through a change of wallet application. So our old app, we kind of stopped supporting and went over to the new app. My guess is, well, let me give a little bit more background here, just a little bit. All of our apps that we've ever created are non-custodial, so we have no access to anybody's app. We can't remove anybody's green. Unless you give me your private keys and your seed phrases and all that kind of stuff, I have absolutely zero access to it. And that's always been the case from the very beginning. So for this individual, my guess, without again knowing their specific information, is they have one of the old applications that the green is probably still in if they were actually mining it and paying the power bill and all that kind of stuff, because that was the thing back then. So if they did that and they have it, then it's probably still in that app, which can still be accessed through the same old link that it was there before, which is secure.share.green, and then they can log or /login, and then they can log into that and access that. They will have to right now, because that app is no longer supported. I mean, this has been now almost 2 years or more since that old app was supported. They would have to import that into a Trust Wallet or MetaMask. And of course, if MetaMask is having problems, then maybe don't do it that way. But there are other applications where you can import your wallet using your seed phrase. You can do that, the same as you would with any other, because it's on the blockchain. And so yeah, that's my guess. And I know that's probably maybe more information than you wanted, but my guess is that's probably what's happened. They just need to grab whatever other tokens that they had in their old application.
Okay, thank you. Could you clarify how the compensation and the commissions work? And then I also heard some of the other members talking about a pool that people can qualify for. Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, the compensation is a simple 2-level compensation plan. And we call it the Wind blockchain because it's different than any other compensation plan. That 100% of what comes into the Wind blockchain is paid out on the Wind blockchain to those that are participating. So that's one of the most exciting parts of that to me. But again, it's a 2-level. So I get paid for the work that people that I sell, and I can also get paid for people that I bring in who sell, right? Something else. Outside of that, the majority of the rest of that goes into what's called our node support rewards, and the node support rewards are for lack of a better explanation, it's kind of a global pool that you can qualify for through the action points that you do in the Wind blockchain. Those action points are all revenue generating action points in general, right? It's if you help someone earn, if you earn. If you are running your smart nodes, or other people that are on your team are running their smart nodes, you get certain points for those actions, and those all accumulate on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and all-time basis, and then that creates your complete win score that basically ranks you. And then if you're in the top 50, you can earn a portion of that global sales bonus kind of pool inside the Wind blockchain. If you're in the top 500, you get a portion. If you're in the top 5,000, top 50,000, then you can earn portions of that as well.
Cool stuff. Okay, my last question was, at the beginning of the call, you mentioned that you guys were like getting a new office and a learning center and all this stuff set up in Dubai. Do you have any photos of that you'd be willing to share with us so that I could post in our Facebook group?
Oh, thank you. We don't have photos yet, and I'm hesitating to post yet because we haven't made our final choices yet. We looked at a number of different properties while we were here. But as soon as that is available, we'd be happy to release that. We also are just barely starting that process, so we don't even have the design built out yet to really give you an idea of what it's going to be. But we will keep people posted. We want people to know about it and share it. We just want to wait till we are under contract, at least, before we share that information.
Understandable. There's a question in the chat from Patricia. It says, will the nodes from the green mining rigs be assigned block bots since they are full licenses, or in other words, smart nodes?
Thank you. And that's a little bit of a different situation because the old green nodes had nothing to do with Connect. They are smart nodes, but they are not necessarily, they don't have block bots necessarily. And so we are working on what that will look like right now, because we haven't actually crossed that road yet of what that would look like to attach the Blockbot software. It'll probably be a one-time smaller fee to be able to attach that software to the actual green node itself, or green smart node.
And then one other question, how do you actually get involved in the project?
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, really, there's a simple link that whoever invited you can send you. If you're on this call, whoever invited you to this call could send you a simple link. All you do is sign up. It's free to sign up. And then if you want to support any of the different blockchain projects, you can purchase nodes or smart nodes right now. And obviously with some of the other projects, there are also other products like Blue. There's BlockDoc services, which is kind of a telemedicine type of service. There are, Switch has their cards that you can purchase. So there's all sorts of different options, and there will be more in the future as well.
Okay, so I got on the waiting list for Switch. Like, I mean, are there people that actually have those already?
No, not yet. All we have right now are the mock-ups for it. I showed that on a previous call before. As a matter of fact, I'm at a place right now where I can show my camera. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Okay, let me grab it. I can show you here.
Okay. Yeah, we see
Let me
it.
just bear with me. Let me put my phone down for a quick sec. So here's the Switch card. This is what it's going to look like. This is the black card. The neat part about it, I don't know if you can hear this or not, but it's metal. It's a pretty heavy duty metal. It's got a great feel to it. You can see it's got the Switch logo. It's got the Visa debit, there. There's what the back will look like, quasi.
Mhm.
But yeah, we're really excited. We're hoping we're only a couple weeks out from that and be able to get that out to everybody as well.
Very cool. Did anyone else on the call want to unmute and ask Stephen any questions?
Sure, Stephen. Firstly, thanks for coming on the call. Just a couple of questions regarding the comp plan. Firstly, in order to get direct commissions, what is the qualification for that?
I appreciate that question. So we are in the middle of kind of revamping a few different things. One of the things that we just kind of launched out, and hopefully everyone's already heard about this, but there was a monthly fee associated with each smart node or what was kind of referred to before as the BlockBot payment, which was that $200 a month, and that was part of the qualification purpose or process. We've removed that qualification, the need to have a monthly for the smart nodes as well as those BlockBots, and are working right now on figuring out exactly what that looks like. We know a little bit of it, but we're almost there. I don't want to say anything yet as it's still a little bit in flux, but we should be determining that here this next week, and then we'll be able to get that information out to everybody. Well, so until then, qualification really is the same as it was before, which is if you sell 5 smart nodes, you qualify to earn every level of the blockchain. Before also, and just to talk about the I guess what it currently is, if you purchased the start program, which is $100 and $25 a month, or you purchased a BlockBot, which is essentially a smart node right now, then that would qualify you for the start. It would be the first level, so the transaction rewards with a BlockBot or the smart node. That would qualify you for first and second level commissions, so the transaction and confirmation rewards. And then once you sell the 5 smart nodes, that qualifies you for every part of the Win blockchain, which would include what I said before, as well as the block rewards and the node support rewards.
Okay, another question, Stephen. So we were told before that if you have $2,000 worth of droids and you make 5 node cells, can you still qualify for the Win node?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you smart node sales you're talking about, yes.
Smart nodes, yeah. So if you don't have a smart node yourself and you just have 80 droids yourself personally, and you have 5 node cells, does that qualify you as a Win node?
Yeah, actually, yourself, all you need to do is the sales. You don't necessarily have to have that smart node. That's not true. You do have to have a smart node. So yeah, so that would have a couple things. So let me clarify just a few things. There was a brief period of time where the 80 droids were transferred into the one node, and that's not a ongoing process. That was one time. It's now done. What we are doing though, for qualification purposes, is going to be if someone has sold. Let me make sure I'm getting this right. If they have sold, if they have purchased the 100 nodes, which were droids, right? So if they purchased 100 nodes, that will qualify them for those first 2 levels. In order to though get full qualification, it's always based around sales, which is basically the 5 smart nodes that have to be sold.
So can someone essentially just come on board with, say, the starter pack, $100 worth of droids, and not have a full node, but make 5 sales and qualify as a win node?
They can, yes. So they can basically come in and they can qualify as, yes, through sales. Thank you. Yes.
So they don't need to have a win node themselves. So they don't have to have a blockbot node themselves.
Not to qualify as a win node. They can actually do that through sales by selling.
Wow. So someone can come in for free and sell 5 blockbots and qualify as a win node.
That's correct.
Wow, that's amazing. That's brilliant. Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you.
Hey, there's a few more questions coming in the chat right here. From PocX says, are you rewarded in USD or, and then it says, what blocks are the nodes actually processing?
Thank you. So a couple different things. Number one, we pay out everything in Ethereum, and everything's calculated in Ethereum. And so if there's a USD amount, it's just a representation of actually Ethereum value that is being calculated in the whole entire thing. So, for example, just to be very clear, if someone sells a node and they're earning their 10% of what comes into the Wind blockchain, that 10% is calculated at the time of that sale in Ethereum, and that's what's going to be paid out, is that amount of Ethereum. Now, there's a caveat there, of course, because if that Ethereum goes up in value, then you're going to get more USD value out of it. If it goes down in value, you may get a little bit less USD value of that Ethereum, but it's the percentage of Ethereum that you're actually receiving. So I just want to make that clear, first of all, because I know I've had some questions about that. And then each node does different things for different projects, and will do different things as we continue to grow and build. One of the biggest things right now through the node networks is achieving a point of decentralization, because of course right now everything is not completely decentralized. We are building and growing towards that, and that is the goal for every one of these projects, is to be to be decentralized. So for example, for Connect and the Wind blockchain, part of that whole process, part of that whole system is the social media component that we're building, Connect Social. The nodes themselves will be supporting and contributing to the computing power, supporting that social media kind of platform. Which the neat part about that, and I'm going to take us down a little bit of a deeper path here, just so you understand the vision of what we're building here. Right now, what most people don't understand is, in the time that we've been on this phone call, if you talked about, you have a Facebook group, and a lot of you are on this Facebook group. In that time that you've been on Facebook, in the last 20 minutes or however long we've been on this call, Mark Zuckerberg has made $1 off of each of you, probably 100 times, right? So he's made $100 off of each one of you in the time that we've been on the phone, because of your usage and what you do with Facebook. Now, I'm not calling that good or bad, it's just what it is. But with that same concept, the node owners in Connect, the people that own the Wind smart nodes, will be the ones supporting the Connect Social, and it's the node owners that will be getting that income, rather than Mark Zuckerberg, right? Because there's no company. We don't own this. We're trying to build this and then let it go, and we get benefited by owning nodes the exact same way that you get benefited by owning nodes.
A few more questions coming in here. Yusuf asks, he says, welcome to Dubai. I'm from Dubai. Are you participating in the Crypto Expo in Dubai from the 16th through 17th of March in the festival arena?
Thank you. We're not, at least not at this point. Well, we're focused really on building what we're doing right now. And there's there's a big difference in what we're doing right now with what most people in the crypto space are doing. And I let me go into a little bit of what I'm talking about here. Most most people in the crypto space, most projects in the crypto space are glorified Kickstarter programs. They have a really good idea. They start an ICO. They mint, several million or several, maybe even a billion or however many tokens. They sell those tokens, raise a ton of money. Hopefully, they'll do something good with it and do something to further their idea along. But usually, it ends up, they make a lot of money. They have no reason now to go forward with any project. They leave, and everyone else is left holding the bill. Right? That's oftentimes what happens. And that's just welcome to the crypto space, right? For the last many years, we don't do that. We have real projects with real technology where we are solving true problems in different industries right now, and that's kind of our focus. If someone could mute out their phone real quick, that'd be great. I know we've got some feedback coming in a little bit, but anyway, so we are really wanting to differentiate what it is that we're doing with what everyone else is doing. We don't do ICOs. Everything has to be mined first. It's a fair mining project. All of them are, and that's critical in what we're doing, and making sure that also we are keeping compliant with U.S. law, which is the toughest law anywhere when it comes to any of these projects. And my point of all that is, it's not to say that we don't want to participate in projects or in expos like this, but there are many different types of expos. We are really laser focused in getting established first, getting our office there, and honestly, our office is going to become an expo in and of itself, and I mean that very literally. It's going to be a place where people are going to want to come to learn about real blockchain technology and how it's being used in the real world, because that's really what everything that we're doing is all about. So
there's some more questions coming in the chat I'm going to go through. Matthew asks, when will the Element smart nodes go live?
That is a great question, and I wish I had the answer for you. I just don't right now. But as soon as I do, I'll let you know.
And then PocX asked, who eats the gas fees on Ethereum? Where's the income coming from? Does that mean your platform will be monetizing through advertisement space?
Yeah, that's one of the goals. So that actually, if you can envision Connect for a minute, not just as a platform that is marketing some of these different, the 6 or 7 different projects we have live right now and the ones that are coming in the future, but imagine it as a true marketplace where any business that wants to get involved with blockchain technology can come and post their products or their wares. Or Nike, for example, could come to us and say, hey, we want to sell shoes through your platform and reward people for wearing their Nike shoes and tracking their steps. Maybe they come out with a new shoe that tracks steps automatically through your smart device or something like that. There's all sorts of different options, and we see this as a true marketplace now, where businesses will come, they will post their products, they will incentivize all of you to forward and sell their products, and there will be a reward for that, on and through Connect and the Wind blockchain. So yeah, it's going to be much bigger. Right now, we're phase 1. There are many other phases to come.
Well, that's huge. Stephen, we're just simplifying the comp plan, and we're going to create a video just to help the whole team. So I'm just going to clarify a few points, if that's all right, just to make it easier for us to understand. So in order to be qualified for the full Wind chain, you don't have to physically own a node, or you just need to make 5 smart node sales and you qualify for the full comp plan. Is that correct?
So, and this is one of the details, and I apologize for being even a little hesitant to answer this question, but one of the details that we're working on right now, and what I think is going to run to is an individual will need to have a smart node of some sort, but that smart node might be able to be earned. That's part of the process of what I'm saying. Instead of you having to purchase it, if you sell 5, that may qualify you in terms of you earning now your own smart node, right? And so we're working on that last detail right now.
Sure.
And so I'm hesitating a little bit to answer your question, just because
No
we're
problem.
in the last phases of finalizing that. But I think that's what it's going to be. I
Sure.
just don't put that in yet, but we'll get you updated as quickly as we can.
No problem. And just for level 1 commission, you just need to hold $100 worth of droids. Is that correct? And 10%?
Yeah, you need to purchase the start package, right, which is $100 and $25 a month. And one neat thing about that $25 a month, just so everyone knows, is that comes with a droid each month now. That's a change that we just recently made. So as you're paying that $25 a month, you're actually adding to your droids.
Okay. So
Or
in order,
or nodes, I should say.
oh, perfect. So now for the level 2, so in order to qualify for level 1 and 2, you can either have is it not 80? It's 100 droids now, or
It's 100, yep.
100 droids, or a full smart node.
That's correct.
Level. Okay, thank you. We've got everything simplified now.
Hello.
We can go. Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Stephen. Hey, Stephen, this is Residual Ron. How are you doing this evening or this morning?
Good. How you doing? Good.
Excellent. A couple questions are also coming through our network to ask how many individuals are currently in the Connect ecosystem, or how many people are currently running nodes?
Are part of the Win blockchain? That is a great question. I don't have the answer right now for you. I can tell you how many people are in Connect just in general, roughly.
Okay.
Anyway, I think right now we've got about 13 or 14,000 people in Connect.
And are those people? Is that a combination of people that have been patched in through other networks that were joined that had already joined Connect? Like, for instance, like
that's everyone from anywhere. Yeah, that's everyone that's come in to Connect through the front door.
Okay. And then another question that is coming in through our network is, what is the history between Algotech and Connect?
Yeah, so let me be very clear, and I've said this on I've said this on different calls, and obviously not everyone's on every call. There is no history with Algotech and Connect. Algotech and Winwheel was a completely different organization. There were conversations, and people wanted to do certain things, and at the end of the day, anyone who is part of Connect has come in through the front door of Connect, and we don't have any affiliation with any other company.
So Winwheel, is that the same blockchain as what we're referring to as Win now, or do we have that confused?
No.
Could you elaborate on that?
No, the Winwheel was something completely different. Yeah, I was never part of Winwheel. We are only the Win blockchain and only have ever been the Win blockchain.
Okay, noted. Thank you, Stephen.
Yep, thank you. No problem.
Stephen, a couple of last questions, if I may. And I know I've just come off a call with you when you said this, but some of the guys weren't on that call when because they were going to join this one. So in terms of the comp plan and when it's live and payout, the comp plan is now live, as you said on the last call. When is the second level? When is the second level payments, and then when is the win pool payments?
Thank you. So right now, the confirmation the transaction rewards, the confirmation rewards, and the block rewards are all being paid out, and those are being paid out 20 days after a sale is made. Right. So if you make a sale today, 20 days later, those 3 payments will be paid out. The node support rewards are being paid out on the 20th of the following month. So for example, February, and actually everything that happened even before February, those have all been calculated, or all being calculated to be paid out on March 20th. Everything that's done in March will be paid out in terms of the node support rewards will be paid out on April 20th. And that's kind of that right now, that's how that's functioning.
That's perfect. And the second level payments, Stephen, they are live now, are they?
They are, yes. Yep.
Okay,
So the biggest issue that a few people have had, and let me just talk to this real quick. the biggest issue that we've had, there was a period of time that was probably 30 to 60 days. I don't know exactly how long the period of time was, where the links were not working, where people were sending out links and people were purchasing, but that didn't register. It didn't register that connection in our system. Those, everything that we have seen so far, when that has happened, it has come direct to the company, which means it's still there. It's not going anywhere. We don't want those. There's never a moment where those will be taken. We want those to be claimed, but we need help in identifying those sales that we don't know where they came from or who they are supposed to be attached to. And so if you have made a sale to somebody on your front line or on your second line that is not showing up, and you know that it should be there because you can verify all that with us and help us out, then put that into support at connectunited.com, and let us know. We are going through and gathering all that information right now so that we can rectify and properly pay out everything that we need to.
Okay, perfect. One of the things, Stephen, that Tak and I talked about for our group anyway, I don't know if this helps, but for all the guys that have got issues, whether it's login, whether it's missing nodes or whatever, they've raised a ticket and sent an email to support. But what we were going to do is collate them all in like a spreadsheet, and then send them to Connect. Would that help?
That, you know what, that would be helpful. Right now, we are actually making some really great headway in the last even just couple days have been tremendous.
Yeah.
And so we've had a few people that have done things like that. And I don't ever want to just put more work on anyone's plate. But if you could do that, it would definitely help and move things faster.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll definitely do that because we want everybody in our group resolved, really, to be honest. And obviously you do want 300 different calls. If we can do it in one go, that's great. No
Absolutely, that would be helpful. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and just for everybody that weren't on the call at the last hour ago, all payments on one and first level and second level, they're on a Monday after 20 days. Yeah, so everybody understands that.
Correct.
Excellent. Yeah, we understand.
All right, friends, and I apologize. I've got to run, but thanks so much for having me on the call. Thanks for all the questions. I really appreciate it. We need to do this again. Maybe we should just schedule it, I don't know, a few weeks out or something like that, and continue forward. But I appreciate you guys having me on.
No, Stephen, thank you.
Thank you.
I know you got to run to the airport. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, thanks so much, guys. We'll talk to you later.